Hello. Hi. Welcome back. Um, it is season or chapter two of Twisted Perceptions, in which we are now heading towards our second arc. Um, all right, guys, before we even jump into the game, let's debrief. Arc one of Twisted Perceptions. What are some highs? What are some lows? Give them to
That was a clusterfuck and a half.
me.
which is the
That
point.
is
It
putting it
was a
nicely.
fucking time. It
Yeah.
was a time.
Mm-hmm. It was a time. Jack,
What?
what you got?
On what?
Give me some highs and give me what was enjoyable. What was like why are we here? Like
I mean, isn't that like all of the whole ass thing? Like, why are we here? What are we doing anymore? We have 25,000 side quests and we've completed 2. Maybe. Debatable.
yeah, sure. All right, all
Maybe.
right. Well,
Maybe. I'm
just
still
to
trying
catch
to find the one.
just to catch everyone up, um, the team found themselves on a sandy beach, palm trees and all, and they go and they fight the big bad evil guy, and this person steps out of a dragon's mouth with a tesseract in hand, pretty much, and sends Azure Sarosa directly back in time, so that she has to then hunt him down once again with limited knowledge and 10 years of memories that no one else remembers. And basically convince her team that she is the one that is there to help defeat this great evil and then go defeat that great evil a second time. So, with that, all the craziness that's ensued, Ramanor picking up a 2-ton door and smashing it on a kitsune, um, finding,
Poor Kitsune.
finding a secret enclave of druids in the middle of a forest that can never burn down. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of cool things that's going on. So I think we should just go ahead and jump in then.
Ramanor
Don't we
taking
think?
their prized possession into his chest, you know.
Typical stuff.
Right.
Oh well, we gotta wait for Shaq because this is very important for Shaq. So, all right, well then, has your barbarian had a hard time raging? Your rogue sneaking, your bard inspiring. Well, how about
Your cleric healing.
I once played a D&D campaign where the cleric in the game didn't have any healing spells. Like I get it. They were like a Warforged cleric or something like that. I can't remember exactly like their subclass. But still, a cleric with 0 healing spells? None.
Yeah.
That
They
hurt.
are a support class, whether that's healing or something else.
That hurt.
They don't deal a
Can
ton of
imagine.
damage. There's few things
Hey,
they have
hey.
that deal a ton of damage, and that's inflict wounds and
I
spiritual
think this
weapon
person
at high
did have
level.
inflict wounds. Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, you guys all took a level after that fight with Krizan, and I think we're gonna go ahead. Shaq, as this is very important for you. We look out and on a great expanse. Flames engulf the floor. You hear screams in the background, and you look down, and there's blood covering your hands. You look up, and you see your loved one standing right before you, lifeless. You see your ornate knife in the back of your father, and your family's flag in the background. You look over and you feel something crawling on your shoulder, and it looks like a miniature purple worm with like a circular teeth, and it jumps into your ear. And before it has the chance to take hold, you grab it with your hand and you cut it in half with your fingers. So only half of it makes it into your head. And you remain yourself for a lot of it. And then you wake up as you're the first one to wake out of your group. You are now in a high mountain range overlooking a city which you expect to be Hammerfall Hills. What do you do?
He's going to startle awake at that fucking vision, and like immediately is like hands at her ear, trying to like feel if there's anything there, anything out of place, like just trying to like is there anything there? Just rubs her face, pulls her knees to her chest, and sits looking out over the city and just trying to put that dream in the box where all the other ones go, waiting for her team members to wake up.
Connor, I would assume you follow suit pretty quickly.
Normally, when Connor wakes up, as would I definitely know this from way back when, there's like a moment that he just snaps his eyes and just looks around. And this time, he doesn't do that. He just slowly wakes up, and there's still like an emptiness to his eyes for a bit before he kind of like snaps out of it. He looks around, and he just like sees her. He's like, "Good rest."
It is I tend to get anymore. You
Better than it's been. Though we should definitely go see a blacksmith, or me to. I don't know if we should get a new dagger for you, or one for Crush, and we'll use the teeth for it, so that way whenever we get upset, so one of us could just start bashing it into a rock in order to feel a little bit better.
And I wake up at this point.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I'm not awake enough
I
for
wake up like
this.
the tail end of that with a dagger against rocks.
So, what you see is not the usual peppy dragonborn that you've been used to seeing, and it's probably been like this since the last battle. Slightly taller, sitting at around 5'9" instead of 5'4". And the arms look like they have, if you've ever seen like those blackout tattoos, but instead of just like straight black, it's like a gradient. It's like ashen black on the fingertips and kind of goes into a gray, and the skin is pale. Looks like their normal changeling appearance would be. But there's like an exhausted, almost sullen look. Well, that's an odd context to hear my name come up. Yes, voice is different as well. Why are we shoving daggers into things now?
Do I particularly need a reason?
No, you don't. Just make sure it's not me, please.
Just make sure you don't wake her up because you see a squirrel whenever you're taking watch.
Honestly,
Why have you decided to make your voice sound like something that would frighten a child.
I never liked kids. And just like gets up and what? So are we in like a tavern, a room or something, or are we like in the middle of the
You're
fucking forest?
You're at a campsite. You guys are just camping.
Yeah, no, never really liked kids anyway. Stands up, walks out, and is just gonna start like basically. There's probably like embers left in the fire, so it's just gonna like try and find the nearest source of water and put it out and just go about what would be starting to tear down whatever's out there for the campsite.
Great. Riley, what are you saying?
Nothing. I was just gonna say I'm surprised Az didn't like say your voice makes me angry enough to stab. Otherwise, Ramanor's just
That tracks. That does
The
track.
sound, I know you meant to make it a snore, but it sounded like something out of like just a horror movie growl.
Honestly,
I've been watching too much Stranger Things.
you know what? Yeah, no, it's almost how deep and fucking strong it is. Ramanor would probably make a sound that is terrifying for a snore. And it's weird coming from this big, lovable man.
As even or odd?
Odd.
9. You got an odd number. Okay. As you stand up and begin to start breaking down the campsite as well, a flash goes through your head. You remember watching different people die in the same scenario over and over again. When you think about
in what
when-
scenario? Hold on.
when you dwell on this memory a little longer, you look around and you're sitting in the stands with a crowd, and the crowd is watching very intently. And your crew is watching, and each time someone dies, they get less and less like angry about it. But that's all you remember. The person you watch die, I'll give you one more thing. The person you watch die is on a stage. Like a theater
And it's the
stage.
same person dying over and over again.
No, it's a different person each time.
Okay. You just gotta blink. I really wish those came with some kind of warning. Especially after waking up.
Good question, Fool.
Yeah.
In the week's time, did I ever get anything back from whatever the fuck her name is? Because I can't remember her right now. Bunny lady, rabbit lady,
Naris, yeah.
Naris. Thank you. Did he ever get anything back from her via contact through the?
Well, what were you looking for again?
He had asked that they go and check on this theater.
Oh, no. Didn't get anything.
Nothing. They said they were going,
Yep.
but never got anything back.
Yep.
They're all dead.
I mean, it is on the other side of the planet.
I assume
Well, not
they're the
anymore.
council. They have some way of getting there.
That's fair, yeah.
And also not anymore. We're like right there.
Yeah. So since they're getting close to this, because they never got any contact, the snoring ceases, which is probably relief to everybody's ears. And he just kind of sits up, looking groggy. And he's just going to think about that for a second before putting the hand to his chest on the heart and gonna try and reach out and contact them again.
You get nothing back.
At all? Like it couldn't even connect at all? Well, that's not necessarily a good sign. So, you all know I sent Naris to trying to figure out what's going on with the play and everything, right?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it.
I just tried to contact them, and I didn't get anything. I didn't even get a sense I could connect.
Yeah, well, that doesn't bode well for what I just saw. People dying on a stage. And the complete desensitization of an entire crowd. Hurrah. I think it's time we go and get ourselves a bit of entertainment.
I guess so.
Okay. You guys get up and you finish packing up your campsite, and you find the trail and you head towards the city. As you get closer and closer to the city, it has large stone walls. Nothing too crazy, probably about 12 feet tall. If Ramon really tried, he could probably climb over the walls.
Well, he's already 9'6". His arm's probably about 3 foot. Yeah, he could probably reach it.
Exactly. You could probably climb over it if you wanted to. And you get to the gate, and you see a half-elf man standing there, and he looks as yours with too keen of an eye almost, and says, "No, that couldn't be it. Who are you all?"
Who wants to know?
"I am the town guard. Who are you?"
We really
One.
haven't come up with branding, have we? There's no
Yes, we did.
name. What was it?
Fate's hand.
Ah, that's right. I'm dumb. Never mind. Haha. That's player mistake. That's player mistake. Correction would know better.
This voice.
No. That actually tracks player wise.
Hey, do you
I
remember
mean,
Kavir?
character wise,
You
because
remember Kavir?
Yes, I remember
Yes.
Kavir.
I'm
You don't
back,
have to
baby.
remind me.
Fate's hand if you need to know.
You have business here?
Came for some entertainment, believe it or not.
You must mean the Red Opera.
Look, I've woken up not that long ago. Sure. Can we just go inside? Because I need a cup of coffee before I start doing things I regret, which takes
What?
quite a lot of effort from me.
What my friend is trying to say is that yes, we would be looking for the Red Opera. Also, apologies. She is really cranky with it.
All right. Well, you don't seem like you're really trying to threaten me, are you? He kinda
No.
looks at you.
no,
No.
this
You know
is
if
just
I was threatening you.
this is her without coffee. Let
Well,
her
is
get
it-
her morning beverage, and she will be not as threatening with every other word.
There's
Just
an
a
end just to
peach,
the
I
heart of
promise.
town. There's an end just in the heart of town.
Is there a
Free.
place to
Alright.
get possibly some cookies?
The end will
And
probably
milk.
sell cookies. I'm unsure about the milk thing. Wait a second. You're the one who likes the milk.
Once again, we're Fate's hand. Like,
The one?
that is
Wait, does this guy know about us? And Crash just slowly now the gears of oh my god, so many fucking marketing opportunities.
You know about my like of milk?
Partially, yes. Some, merchants talk, and we heard that, someone had an obsession with milk. Didn't think
I
we'd
wouldn't
see
call it
anyone
an
with-
obsession.
yeah.
It's just my favorite drink. I prefer it to most other things.
Well,
In other words, yes, an obsession.
there's an inn just on the in the center of town. You should be able to get everything you need there.
Beautiful. Thank you kindly. And just for like good measure, I'll plop like a gold in his hand. It's like, for your trouble. And I'm just off and ready to go.
All right.
You have the gratitude of the milkman.
He's like the milkman.
Connor just stays silent as he walks in. He's just like.
Wait, okay, hold up. Somebody remind me of the aliases real quick. I forget what mine. Mine was like the mouth or
Yep.
something.
I forget what yours was now too. Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
I
We'll
should-
just have.
Loud mouth, motor mouth. I don't know.
It could have been Loudmouth. I know it was Piss Boy, Milkman, and
Piss
Uh,
boy.
the Impressionist was Az's the Impressionist.
I'll go with loudmouth. That's like that.
Sure. Loudmouth.
That matches. That tracks.
Or
That
no,
does track.
I think yours was Two Face.
They never saw me change though.
His was loudmouth,
His was Loudmouth. Okay. Okay.
and Ravenor was milkman, and Connor was piss boy.
I'm just saying, it would be terrifying to hear that the milkman's coming after you.
Listen, man, it's our
coming for
homage
your
to
mother.
it's our homage to the meat man. That's what that is.
If the piss
Coming
boy
for
gains
your
reputation,
mother.
that would also be very terrifying.
The
True.
meat man cometh. The milkman cometh.
The piss
As you
boy
guys get
cometh.
deeper into town, you guys going up on a tavern called the Rolling Rock. You walk into the Rolling Rock, and in the center of the tavern, you see that it is a circular bar all the way around. This tavern is 2 stories tall. There at the center stands a human woman and a tiefling man, both dressed very nicely. And they look you up and down, and they say, "Well, hello. How are you all today?"
In need of coffee, and that one's in need of milk. Don't ask questions, please.
Coffee and milk. Gotcha. And
Crush is
Separately,
going to keep
It's
It's just
playing
gonna
collateral
plop down in a
damage.
chair.
the woman just goes to the back and gets to work. The tiefling man, he's a red tiefling, not a blue tiefling that you saw on the poster. And he just starts to talk to you guys. He's like, well, what is it you guys are in town for? I won't talk to her. She seems angry.
The Red Opera.
She's an actual peach. I promise. She's just really cranky because she hasn't had her coffee. Yes, the Red Opera.
The Red Opera. Oh, okay. That's a good historical event. I think you'll enjoy it.
Thank
So
you.
it's got some precedence down here.
Precedence. It's more of a reenactment of things that have gone on.
You might. Okay, can I make some sort of check just to see if I've actually like heard of this before as like traveling performer?
Sure. Yeah. I'll say if you roll high enough, you'll know about it.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Just give me a good old history check.
Okay. I forgot that I don't have acceleration on. Oh, wait, yes I do. Nada.
Your roll.
I got a 7.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
So now I'm a bit of a thespian myself. What exactly are you reenacting? Like, is it like a collage of things? Is it like a specific event?
It was the death of a very important woman.
Oh, okay. Can you
There's a lot of
elaborate?
those. And
I think it'd be best if you watched it.
I prefer to know a little bit of the history prior to know exactly what I'm watching. So, can you give me a little?
Can
Persuasion?
Either I can help you with advantage, or I can help by rolling myself. What would you like me to do?
I would prefer you to roll it.
Okay. I'm not bad with persuasion.
Can Ramanor help with the smile?
Are you? Are, okay.
Sir.
Am I getting help? Am I getting help
Yes.
or no?
Yeah, you'll get help. Yeah.
I hate my dice. Hate me today. That's an 11.
He'll say, well, this woman was a very important woman to him. She was once the mayor, and she was murdered about a year ago. And since then, it seems we've been able to piece together the entire story. So, we've enacted a play where we just go through that every time until we're able to figure out a clue that we haven't seen before, heard before, and if we can, we'll act on it to try and bring her murderers justice.
So it's like a drama
Murder mystery.
investigation.
A dramatized investigation, I guess you could call it. We do put convicted criminals as, the main person, so we carry out their sentence throughout this play.
And
Connor just
I'm
puts his hand
guessing-
up. He's like, "Wait, hold on. Let me make sure that I understand that properly. You put a convict on the stage as the main protagonist to a play about somebody being murdered to reenact their sentence.
Yeah.
So, to be blunt, you're putting them on stage to kill them in order to see what
They're making an entertainment
of
of a
okay.
criminal's death.
Okay.
And you hear, and Connor hear, well, Connor and Romanor hear from the necklace through the stones. Just
And officially
anyone
now,
starting?
Koresh. He also hears it.
Yay! They all
been-
hear from the
He's
stone.
been bonded enough.
They all hear from the stone. I'm starting to feel a little unwelcome in this town.
Can I get an ill?
You're muted, Riley.
I'm not sure a lot of people welcome you a lot of places.
And and it's still in the stone. It's like, you'd be right, but at least in most towns, a criminal's execution is not made into a play.
You'd
Not
be
to mention,
quite
I've avoided quite a few executions of my own.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I mean, there is a lot of towns that do public execution. It's not really that. It's a show. It's always been a show. That's what the death penalty is.
Drama and a play.
They just made it more morbid.
Connor, the
And-
entire time is going to look to the tiefling. Thank you for that. Can I get an ale, please?
The coffee and the milk finally come out, and he goes and pours you an ale from the spout.
I'm going
Thank
to.
you.
I'm gonna flip another gold. I'm not like getting anything to drink. It's just sort of like a tip for the information. Appreciate your time. And then I'm going to look to the others. I will be right. And Zorda just makes his way out of the tavern.
Okay, cool. Koresh, let's where you headed?
I want to see where the actual housing of the show is. However, I'm going to also be stealthing around town, trying to just basically not so much hide, but just keep myself sort of moving with crowds or whatever, just trying to avoid as much attention as possible.
Okay, cool. Give me a stealth check.
That would be a 26.
Okay, wow. Sweet, you're doing great. You are moving, you are grooving, and you are sliding around town. Where are you headed?
I'm trying to find where this show is held.
Okay, cool. As you do that, it doesn't take you very long. You see there's a large amphitheater, an outdoor, unwalled theater with a giant stone stage in the center where you see posters of the Red Opera, a blue tiefling holding a porcelain mask.
Is there... So if I get close enough to any of those posters, can I see the number that's on the mask?
It says 1, I believe.
because of my history working with the Council of Nine, is there anything I've heard about this man? Anything that I know in terms of judge of character?
One is the most mysterious, actually.
Like legit the most mysterious. There's not rumors. There's not hearsay. There's not.
There's some rumors. Give me a history check.
Okay. That's a fucking 12. Definitely not enough.
Okay, with a 12, you get they often, all the other mask wielders, and specifically your old master, often felt like number one was never truly allowing himself to be himself.
So sort of like an imposter's complex kind of thing, imposter syndrome, or is it more of a I don't like who I am, so I'm going to pretend to be something else, more of like a narcissist? Like, is there
More of a narcissist, somewhat of an imposter, a little bit, I guess.
so dislikes themselves, so wants to be other people kind of deal? Okay. Funnily enough, I'm a changeling and I've never had that problem.
Have you?
I don't give a shit. I have no delusions of grandeur. I'm an idiot that sings. Anyway, I want. So, is there like a back to the stage? Is there like a hidden portion, maybe something that like you can go back into, like a backstage?
There is a backstage. Yeah, you want to get down there?
Yeah, I want to go in there, and I will probably make another stealth check. I just want to look. I'm honestly, if I can just like, I don't plan on going too deep. I just want to be able to like peek my head, see if I can catch anybody there that might be talking or anything of that ilk.
Sure. Would you?
I don't. I will roll the stealth check. Give me a second. That's a 14.
You get down there. And there's a
With
little
you and your
boy standing
tubes.
there.
Huh?
You get
I
down
said,
there.
what's
And
your
there's a,
splinter?
you get down there and there's a little boy standing there watching you, just looking directly at you.
Nope, I'm gone. I no. As soon as I get seen, I'm gone. And
Okay.
I was like poking my head in. I'm not trying to go in there. It was more of a just, oh shit, and gone.
Sure, gotcha. Understood. All right, you make it back to the Rolling Rock. Any other questions you guys have for the barkeep?
Connor would look at him and be like, so when is the next showing of this drama?
In about 2 hours.
And do we need tickets for it?
I can sell you tickets right now if you need.
Yes, give us 4 tickets.
All right. And he's like, that'll be 3 silver pieces.
And Connor is going to give him a gold, because I think that's all we have.
And do you have
that's all
cookies
he
as
really
well?
had.
Yeah,
And a bag of
as well?
cookies.
He just like, all right, we'll get you a bag of cookies made up. A couple hours go by, and they send you off to the opera, and they also hand you a bag of cookies.
Before the opera actually starts, Koresh is going to signal over the stones. So I might have some information on our blue-skinned mask holder. I did try to go and take a look at the amphitheater that they have, and I may have been seen by a small child. I don't know if that's bad. I don't know if that's good. I don't know fucking anything. So, if you want at least some idea of what's going on in terms of who this guy is, might want to meet me outside before we actually go in. I won't go back to the tavern. I'm going to like stay like within eyesight of the amphitheater.
Yep.
And just like just keep an eye on and see who's coming and going.
Connor, hearing all of that, would just respond back with very simple. I got us all tickets, so it's fine. We'll meet you at the theater.
Good.
This way we can go in, merge with the crowd, see what's going on, and then if anything, we could always slip out and see what's really happening in backstage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys walk out of the tavern and head towards the theater, you see a little boy sitting in a chair across the street, and he opens up his cloak, and you see a Borders emblem on it, a Borders Tavern emblem, and he nods at you and then closes his cloak.
Hell yeah. Where did we say Az's was again on her? She had it tattooed on her.
I think you had it like somewhere around here, yeah.
Yeah, it was somewhere on her chest. Yeah. She kind of looks over and like reaches up like she's gonna like scratch her neck and like double taps where the mark would be in acknowledgement. And just kind of moves on. And through the stone, you hear, well, at least I know we have some allies nearby on my side of things.
Be a good idea.
Hard ass,
Duck
right.
somewhere.
I mean,
Respond
technically,
back.
it's all our sides.
Exactly. But yeah, Connor would have just definitely just like ignored it, seen it, ignored it because of his passive fucking perception now at this point.
She kind of stops and then she thinks at Koresh. She's just like, what does the child look like?
You
What did the
described-
child look like?
You described the same child, basically.
And you watch that smile on her face and just shakes her head. They're getting better these days. Like, it's the fondest you've ever heard her talk about anything. And it's only when she's talking about the kids that work for the border. Like it's this almost maternal, like, ah yes, my thieving bastard children.
Does she relay that kid was a member of the Border East, or is it just like, yes, they're getting better, and Koresh is like, what the fuck do you mean by that?
Not Border East, just Borders.
Just
they're-
borders.
Ah.
Yeah,
And she's just,
you're-
you just
you're
hear the,
affiliated.
oh, they're getting better.
Honor,
what does
not
that
gonna
mean?
lie.
I don't think I like how that sounded. What the fuck does that mean?
Connor, not gonna lie, is gonna be like hearing the tone. He would actually like falter his step for a second, not expecting it, and look at her from the corner of his eye, and be like, "Okay, that's a new one." Okay, and he's just gonna continue to walk, but he's just like a little bit freaked out now.
Okay, so you guys make it to the amphitheater where Koresh is standing. What do you guys do?
How long do we have before the actual play starts?
5 or 10 minutes.
Looking at the crowd probably starting to filter in. Connor's gonna look to the rest of them. There's not much time to actually take a look around. Let's go in.
Let me just make some quick then. Blue Fucko is number 1. Nobody really knows much about him. He's a complete fucking enigma. Other than that, has a weird complex. It's somewhere in between imposter syndrome and like narcissistic. He has this need to be someone else. Almost. Whether that's more of the actor of bravado, or if it's just a portion of some deep-seated childhood hatred for himself placed on him with daddy issues, who the fuck knows? But that might be something we can play around with if we have to deal with it. Actually, do I know the pronouns of this individual? Is it he, they, or he, him?
You don't know the pronouns of this individual.
My apologies. They. We don't know they. Like, it's something we can use against them, possibly. I'm just trying to be helpful. I got fucking caught by some kid.
And Connor's just gonna pat him on the shoulder. It's okay. You're not really the stealthiest one of the group, so that's to be expected.
Yeah, I think that's me, right?
Okay,
like
hold
chuckle.
up. Out of character for a second, as soon as he said that, anybody here seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? You sound like a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
Yeah.
That sounds like that'd be pretty loud.
That was the point of his comment, was to make
Yeah.
people laugh.
No, I know. It's fucking good.
Okay. Well, you guys walk on in from after talking with Koresh, and you guys take a seat up at the very top, and you're looking down, and basically, you guys are going through this entire play, and you see that it starts on what would have been like a stormy, dark night, as all murder mysteries start. And
Yes, the cliche.
the I'll basically just tell you the story, and then I'll actually have NPCs act out.
Yeah.
So the story goes: the woman who was the pioneer and mayor of this town started by starting an orphanage and then raising people up. And you see that there's like a kid there wearing like a blue tiefling mask. Literally just a mask that looks like a blue tiefling. And then over the course of the play, that child gets older, that woman gets gets older. I'm sorry, and they grow a really close friendship. And then this blue tiefling comes into some level of power, and then this is where you guys first see the porcelain mask come out. Is you see that this blue tiefling is now holding a mask and inscribed on it as another woman. And then the first act ends, and then once the second act begins, the woman is replaced by what you can only assume is the convict. And there's an altercation between the blue tiefling and the woman, and then the blue tiefling kills the woman.
Like, legitimately?
Yep, like takes an actual sword and stabs it through the
Can-
actor that is playing the woman.
Can I make an insight check to see if they are actually a convict, or if this is just an actor that has been tricked into thinking this is
Sure.
just a play?
Sure.
I'm good at these things sometimes.
Actually,
Really
can
good
I-
this
can
time.
I-
That's a 26 with a nat 20.
Oh.
That particular person is actually a convict who knew that they were going to die.
But and their acting wasn't like begrudging, like, oh, I have to act this out for my fucking execution. It was an actual, like, I'm gonna act this out like an actual actor.
No. This convict knew that they were going to die, and they were given the opportunity to fight for their life, and they did, but ultimately lost and died.
Crap.
Look around. Oh, go ahead. Whatever you got to say.
Over the stone. Well, I'm pretty sure we know exactly who the fuck did it now.
And as you guys look around, the crowd doesn't seem somber. They don't seem happy. They don't erupt in applause. They look very intent. You're looking around, some even taking notes. 1 second before I do anything. Yeah, some even taking notes.
Can I also
And
use
then-
that insight kind of on the crowd, like get the vibe of what they're here to do? If it's to watch a show and enjoy it, or if they're here to learn something.
You're rolling an insight on them too.
Yeah, can I use that same insight, or I have to use another one?
Sure. That's fine. They're there to take notes. They're there to understand. They're there to research, to look into this. And the tiefling finally speaks up and says, "Now y'all here see that this is what happened to this woman. And we have to make sure that we figure out who did this. Because she is the one who founded the city of Hammerfall Hills. And we will avenge her death." And the curtains close.
Well. Okay, so Koresh is gonna go through the stone again. So, tiny blue tiefling boy ends up with a woman at an orphanage. They're real good friends for a real long time. Then they get a mask with a number 1. For some reason, the motherfucker decides to kill her. Do we really need much more information than that to figure out who the fuck this is all caused by? And now he's profiting off it?
Because of the fact that, before Connor answers, would I be allowed to make a perception check for throughout the play, see if there's anything you can pick up?
Sure. I'd like to try my hand at an investigation check.
That is a 29.
Oh no,
Your perception check, you see some people taking notes, and you peer at one of the notebooks, and all you see is just over the page, like, who was it? Question mark. You look around again, and you can see in the front row, these people look like government officials, and they're like looking the most intently, and that's really all I can give you with that much.
So it's kind of like they're investigating the death of the person who
Yes, that was
built
the
this
entire purpose of
city.
the play.
But
yeah, that's what they're doing. That's the whole point of the Red Opera, is that they're trying to investigate and find new information of how this woman died.
Actually, it's the who.
and the man's is
Yeah.
giving it to them slowly but surely, like telling them essentially who did it, but not telling them who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's one hell of a power play.
It's basically it's like the Zodiac killer leaving behind clues and ciphers to be
And-
like, hey, I did it. Yeah, it's me again. Hi.
And
Woohoo!
the number one, the first mass holder is, at least currently, is that blue tiefling? We know that that's him, or is that somebody in his place?
Well,
That
we
is a
haven't
good
met
question.
the current one. We met the very first number 1, not the current number 1.
I know that. I guess make an insight or try and read whether or not this person is the number 1. Because we saw the room full of their like shadowy figures at one
Yeah,
point.
actually.
Okay, yeah. Give me an insight check, Rob.
I will
roll that again.
assist you. I will assist you on that because I'm
22. If he assists me, I guess that'll be a 20. So 22.
22. No, doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like that's who you're looking for.
Doesn't seem like it's him.
You could be mistaken.
But
it
they're
doesn't-
the one
doesn't feel
who
like
runs
that's
the
who it
play,
is.
though.
Yep.
We're certain
So-
of that.
This is the play itself is over, right?
The play itself is over. People are clearing out.
Ramner
Blue
will
Tiefling is currently gone.
mental send over. I don't think that the blue tiefling's actually the one, like number 1.
Well then,
But they definitely run this show, so
I'm going to poke my head over to Az.
Somebody want to give me an Arcana check?
I
I'll
will
do it.
try.
I'll let you do it.
Ramner can try with his +0.
What's
I
your
have a
what's
plus
your what's your bonus?
Face.
Connor.
Plus 3.
6.
Mine's a 2.
Connor did
So
it.
Connor.
17.
On a 17, there has been some kind of magic cast. You were just below the DC of knowing what kind of magic it was, and you were pretty far below the DC of knowing how it was cast. But right now, all you know is that there was some kind of magic cast.
I felt a tingle. That's all it is. I felt a
on
tingle.
us?
You had your little Peter tingle.
as perhaps me and you should go see if we can't find our signature blue friend. Because if he knows about the masks, whether he is number 1 or not, might lead us to the guy who actually does have it. Or we figure out exactly what he's up to because he's standing right in front of us.
Connor's
Thing as a
definitely going to
reminder,
relay
because
what
I
the
don't
map.
think we wrote this down in the notes. Help me. I know I have original mask number 2 from being elected as number 2 in the past present
Yes.
city. I also have
There's a future past.
Uh-huh.
well no, it was with the group. It was in the city.
No,
where
no,
everyone
no,
was
no.
wearing the
We
flower.
have the original number 1 gave her the number 2 mask
Yep,
made
that's
out of
true.
ironwood.
I am the
Yep.
original number 2. But I also have the mask off the one guy we found hanging from the rafters of the temple, which was number 5.
Yes.
Yes.
And then numbers. Number 7 is the big bad.
I have 2 masks at current. Cool. Just keeping note. So been sitting there this whole time, bored out of her fucking mind. And when Koresh finally suggests there's something for her to do, she looks over at him. Well, finally, I can be at least somewhat useful. And let's. And she
And
just gets up.
Connor would definitely say at that exact time, there was magic cast.
Great.
I don't know how, I don't know from where, but I sensed it. So there is something, some kind of magic wielders involved in this entire fiasco.
Well, then, at this point, we have 2 options. Either we send the 2 sneaky ones.
1.5 sneaking, yes.
I have a plus 12, you motherfucker. Anyway.
You're rolling only 2s tonight, sir.
Shut up! I rolled a 26 on the first one. Anyway, then that way we can at least catch them off guard. Even if we only go in there for recon and try to hear what we can hear, it's gonna be better than, just coming here every day and watching these fucking assholes take notes about a murder that's clearly sitting right in front of them.
Well,
So,
the main thing, and Connor's going to be walking out of the Biafra at this point, and just gonna converse to the stone. The main point of us actually coming in here every day now is to also find out where this magic is coming from and who's using it, because that will give us a much better clue as to who we're really going after.
I mean,
It's bold to sneak around and find shit. Especially things I can steal. I have yet to sell off the diamond dust.
I'm going to need that in case of emergencies.
We have 3 whole ass fucking diamonds. I gave you one of the things of dust. We have yet to sell off the other 2. Calm your fucking tits.
My tits are calm.
I mean,
Anything but. I
consider.
can see them through your armor anyways. And then she's gonna stalk off and start to sneak.
Go sneak and
I'll
steal.
follow.
And she
I'll
is
follow
wearing
suit.
her stealth armor today.
Ramanor will lean
So-
in close to Connor. What are tits?
So I gotta.
That's we're taking a break. We're taking our break right there.
down.
see Raminor?
You got a 21, Koresh.
Yes.
Hold on, I had to
Yes, I
restart
did.
my Google.
Oh no. He said water tits. All right, where you guys going? I was
And
joking.
how do you calm them?
I'm rolling. That would be a natural 20 for 34.
All right.
Please
where
say that I can still
Ooh.
tell where she is. I'm trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
follow
yeah.
with
Y'all,
her.
y'all are
Okay.
stealthing together. You know where she's going.
Okay.
No, she
All right.
disappears.
So we're taking our break now. Is that
Yeah, we
it?
can take our break.
Okay.
Why are we
Let's
taking
take
our
a-
break now?
All right, let's keep going.
We've been at it less than an hour. Come on.
All right, let's do it.
I don't even think we took a break last week either. With the way everything was.
It was too intense.
We took a week.
Oh, yeah.
No, we
We
took a
take a-
break.
We did? I don't remember.
I don't remember. All right, cool.
I
We'll
was
just
too
keep going.
traumatized to remember.
We'll keep
Yeah.
going. All right,
Yeah,
so
just
you
for
guys
a little
see-
bit.
Where you guys headed?
Yeah. So I think so.
I
Did
would
we
like to look
see
for a
where
back
the
door.
tiefling went, or did like the lights? Just...
Backstage door.
He went.
Yeah, I'm
he
following
more
her.
Likely went backstage. You headed for the stage door.
Yeah, I'm following her.
Okay, cool. So you guys head backstage, and you see people are kind of shuffling around. If you're looking for the blue tiefling, give me a perception check.
Both of us? Yeah.
Yeah.
28.
28.
23.
All right, so you see that the blue tiefling is walking into like an office area in the back.
Okay. Is there anybody else around in the area?
There are people there, but they're not going into that same room.
How many? And like, are they?
About-
Is there like
About 4
guards?
people. There are no guards.
Okay.
None within eye shot anyway. There are no guards.
How high up is like the ceiling in here?
About 15 feet.
Hey, Az,
What do you want?
how do you feel about going above instead of, walking and trying to hide in the middle of a lit room full of people?
What do you mean?
So I'm only going to slightly pull the sword out. And instead of what would normally be the scaly wings that you're all accustomed to, are these black, near rotted looking, like leathery wings. We go up and over above the lights, use the darkness to our advantage, and slowly drop down out the door.
We're up.
It's 15 feet.
Great. You're like, well, fine. And then snaps her fingers, and Katai appears on her shoulders. And with
That's
a
right.
thought, he wraps himself around, he's a Katai pack. He's just a Katai pack now. And the wings spread out, and she's just beat you up there and gone.
And I will follow suit behind. And these wings don't look like they should be able to fly. They don't. Like, the leathery membrane is like in like almost tassels off of this skeletal frame. Some still connects, but it's weird. But it's magic flight, so it doesn't really matter. And we just
All right, cool. So you guys, what are you saying?
do we need another stealth check, or are we
Nah,
just
you
going
guys
off the same stuff?
are-
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
you guys are in the darkness. You guys are good. You guys fly over to outside the door. And what do you guys want to do? You want to go in? You want to try and listen? What's happening?
I'm going to listen first, and I'm going to basically be again to the stone to Az. Going to listen. We're going to wait for a second. If we have an opportunity, we go in, put a dagger to his throat, and we ask what the fuck we want to know.
You do
You
that.
say that as if it wasn't the plan already.
I know, but my mental state has been kind of weird as of late, and I know I've killed a lot of people just out of the fucking fun of it, and I'm just trying to make sure that you understand my intention. Anyway, Perception check outside the door just to listen through.
Sure thing.
Fuck, that's a natural 20 for 29, baby.
You hear nothing, but not because you can't hear anything, but because there's actually nothing going on in there.
Is there any like footsteps? Is there any?
No, more like kind of like you hear him sit back in a chair and like kind of exhale.
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 Let me look at some spells real quick. Do I see with that perception check anything in terms of like, and I know it's fucking fantasy, but like a ventilation system, something that leads from one room to the other kind of out of sight?
Nope. Just the door
Okay.
in.
So what I'm going to do, I don't know if I have it. I hope I do, because, you know, it's a dumb thing if I don't. I don't think I do. So, oh, yes I do. Okay. How far inside of the room does he sound? Like, do I get an idea of distance?
He's probably like 10 feet into the room.
I am going to gently put my hand on Az's shoulder, and below us, I'm casting Dimension Door, and this void opens up, almost like a whirlpool, almost, but like black water.
Okay.
And we're down, and we open up above where he is. And because we're stealth and he didn't see us coming, can I like try to get at least my rapier to his throat? I'm basically it's like an attack roll, but without doing damage.
Give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation? Oh, I've been waiting for this. That's a 23. And
Okay, cool.
because of that check, I'm just gonna lean in real close, and I'm gonna like pull the blade like up under the throat. Hi. So, we're gonna have a couple of questions. If you make any complications or try to scream, I promise you that I can make you forget your own fucking birthday.
Now,
While
what is it
Koresh is-
that you want?
While
The
Koresh is
mask.
threatening
Oh,
them,
sorry. Go ahead.
Az is going to slip on her number 2 mask from
Yes.
behind the scenes and just wait.
Hey, my friend over here is very curious about that map. And basically what I'm going to try and make it seem like is like, we're direct council of 9 motherfuckers, and we heard about this man, and we want to know. So, I'm gonna ask this gently first, because, you know, if I'm correct, I mean no disrespect. That number 1 mask. Come by it honestly?
Who are you?
Az will very slowly, like doing the very dramatic, like step, step, step from behind and out into view. And by this point, she's got the mask on and she's pulled her hair back away from her face. And she doesn't even have any visible weapons on her because hands, but she's taken off the gloves she now normally wears to kind of hide that odd metallic blackness that has covered her hands. So her hands are in view, and she steps up, folds her arms, and is just staring at him through the mask. I don't think you're the one in a position to be asking so many questions.
That mask looks fake. It's made
Well,
out
so
of
do your
ironwood.
balls. Would you like me to cut them off and find out if they're actually genuine?
You could go for it. We all love a good knot.
Right. And I'm just gonna kind of like, again, not doing damage, but I'm going to like make the blade flicker with electricity.
Now, if you're asking if I am the owner of that mask, the answer is no. I'm the mayor of this here town.
Insight check.
Sure.
Because this motherfucker likes to pretend to be other people, so I would rather know and be sure. Oh, goody goody. That's a 12.
As far as you know, he's not lying.
So then how the fuck did
Can
you
I
come
make
to
an
know about it?
insight check?
Sure, you can
Yeah.
also make an inside check.
This is gonna be horrible. I have a +1, but let's see.
I had a +9 and it still dicked me.
That was 14.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Okay. Then how the fuck
So-
did you come to know? Oh, no, you're asking questions. My bad, I'm done.
And why, in any god's name, would sympathetic mayor have a mask?
I was told to use this mask in this play. Our costume designer said it made things seem a little more dramatic. Other than that, our play is truthful in every way. Now, could you please get this damn rapier off of my neck?
Crush is gonna think for a second. I can do more damage without it anyway. And just kind of like whips it back quickly, but like obviously brings it down so that way it doesn't accidentally slice the motherfucker's throat. Puts it away and is only going to change his face using Mask of Many Faces, which is
Yep.
his new warlock invocation, to have sort of what would be like a lackey's mask. So instead of like hers, which is I believe made out of ironwood, right?
Yep.
Mine's gonna be made of like a black porcelain.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of like a number, it's going to have like an omega sitting in the center of the forehead.
Okay.
And then I will walk into view. All right. Fair enough. However, this costume design. They gave you the mask and told you to use it for dramatic effect?
They gave me the mask, telling me that it would be good for dramatic effect. I hang the mask in the same place every day.
I
Where?
was gonna ask my question. I was like, does he have the mask on him or is it somewhere else?
Just outside the room.
Did
Az
we
is just
see
gonna
it?
walk off without saying a word and try and find it.
You walk out, and he laughs as you start to walk out, and he said, "It's probably gone by now."
Fuck! Alright. So, do we have a name for this costume designer? A face? A description?
Our costume designer, Tara, that's her name. She's quite an honest gal.
Tara. Okay. Note to self, mask wielder might be a girl. That is said inside the head, and I will broadcast whatever answers I get to the whole group. Basically, just trying to make sure.
Squints at him through the mask and like through the connection. Why do you say that as if you're somehow surprised?
No, I'm not surprised, but you know, I figured a little more gender fluidity just simply due to the fact that they have imposters issues. But I mean, hey, then again, they could still be. I don't fucking know. So, Has this Hera lived in the city long? Does she even live in the city? How long has she been here?
I've known Tara her whole life.
By any chance, was she in the orphanage that the original mayor was running?
No, Tara was not in that orphanage. She came here just a few years ago. She's only a teenager.
Okay. Okay. Now, just to be clear, and honestly, at this point, dramatic effect, fuck it. The mask comes off. He's just like, hi, listen. I mean no ill will. Sorry, we thought you might have been somebody else. This is not meant to be any sort of hazing. We just need information. See, I understand what this town is trying to do for this investigation, but you realize that this is a morbid practice, right?
I do.
So, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. I offer that isn't it funny that the mask is used as the symbol of power? It was given to you by some random costume designer. Well, not random to you, but you get my gist. For dramatic effect, to symbolize the power that they got. I come from a place where that mask means something very, very important.
Are you telling me that Tara is someone who is supposed to wear that mask? What's so important about that mask?
I think you've gotten mixed up in more things than you should have, and something far more dangerous than you know. So you stop asking questions, give us the answers, and we take care of it before somebody gets hurt.
Here's the issue now. We are talking about the city that I'm the mayor of. I don't think you get to make decisions on how I ask questions about the people who live where I am.
And I
Unfortunately,
think that you're the one who is currently in a position to keep asking questions. And she's just stepping up behind him continually, and as she steps up, her sunblade, the hilt of it, because it's always, just hilt first before blade, comes into her hand, and she levels it at the back of his head. Now listen, you seem like a decent mayor from my experience, and I don't really feel like doing this today. But I really would like answers, and I'm really pressed for time. And I'm not a patient woman.
let me offer this, if I may, mask holder. Look. You want to know what the masks are? Unfortunately, we can't give you all that information.
Well, then I can't give up the people in my city.
Hey, Ford.
Hey.
Why don't you give me a wisdom save of 19, please?
Damn, would you believe me if I told you I rolled exactly a 19?
Really?
Yes.
Fuck, well there goes my highest level spell slot.
If I may.
That was going to be a mass suggestion, motherfucker.
Why would you cast mass suggestion on one person?
Because it's the only suggestion spell I have and it's guaranteed to work.
Hold on. Az has one last poison left that I have yet to use.
Connor?
Connor's been getting a play-by-play, right?
Yep.
Not from Az.
Okay.
From
Connor.
Koresh.
Koresh.
So Connor's just gonna be like, why don't you try to take this a different manner? Tell him we may actually have a lead as to who killed the previous mayor.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Tell him the fact that during There's something with magic going on, and possibly that will lead them to whoever is really causing everything. Help us. We scratch your back, we scratch ours type of deal.
Good sir. We're here because we may actually have a... See, we've been tracking down a rogue mask holder. Now, I can't tell you everything, but what I can tell you is these are very powerful and dangerous individuals. I should know. I work for one, and I'm going to gesture to ads. Whether that inflates her ego or not is her business. They have been going around and causing quite a bit of a ruckus. And unfortunately, given what we've seen here tonight, we have reason to believe that that is the person that is in your midst. Now, I know that the one that we found out that it was number 5. So technically this is a lie. Would you like me to roll deception?
Sure.
I'm only asking because I want to keep it honest.
Yep.
Was it 5?
5's
7
dead.
is the one we're hunting. 5 is dead, and I have the mask.
Oh, okay, so it's 7. My bad.
No, 5 isn't dead.
Okay.
We just took the mask after Connor resurrected him. We interrogated him,
He-
and then
he
for no
wanted to
apparent
die.
reason-
And then he was killed anyway. He was still
that
killed.
Oh,
was
he
a-
like wandered off.
No,
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 he died.
he was still killed. He died.
that was a
Because I
21.
legit wasted
okay.
Revivify, brought him back. We had like a 30-second conversation. Then he was shot in the head again.
I remember things very differently.
So I rolled that 21, and I'll finish this out real quick. What we're trying to get is the information that is going to lead to the capture of the person that we are hunting, and the justice brought to the person who murdered your previous man. We don't want no trouble with you. We simply want to watch the pain and suffering of people televised to the fucking public to end. Because, Mayor, I know for a fact that there is probably a ton of people who have become desensitized. I also know that there's probably quite a few individuals who came out a little bit more than mentally stable. Probably a couple of them ended up in your show afterwards for doing some other fucking malicious shit. Right? You help us, we help you. It's simple as that. And we're pretty good at our jobs. I mean, fuck, we killed a vampire and the King of the Giants. That was a little weird. We have faced death in the Lich Pits. We have been with mask holders, these dangerous individuals. We know them. We've worked for, with, and are them. You're dealing with experts. Usually, when there are experts, you take the expert advice. Do you catch my meaning?
He lives in the slums. She's got a little brother. And her parents, they work for the inn.
I think I just made connections. Mental note to all of the others. Okay, so new information. Possible daughter of the mask holder. We just got a bit of information from the mayor that states, well, that her parents are the people who run the inn. She lives in the slums with her brother. Ramanor,
Yeah.
you're a happy face. You're good with people.
Can be.
Why don't you go take a look?
At the slums or the inn?
I would say the slums first. You're good with kids. I'm not. I scare children.
I sometimes scare him too, but that's just because I'm kind of big.
9-foot tall fur monster, yeah.
Yeah, but the fur monster is also cuddly, adorable teddy bear that could be climbed like a jungle gym.
I just want to go. I want to swap over to Ramanor and Connor's conversation when we first started. Then leave
No,
it.
we're not.
If you want to switch, go ahead. We've hogged up a bit of time. I'm down.
No, you're good. It was just purely because of the question asked.
So,
I want to see how Connor deals with that.
just see what you can get from the girl. No need to hurt her. No need to harm her, unless she comes to harm you. The other side of that coin is, if she ends up being the mask holder, this could all be fabricated. These fuckers work hard to stay hidden. Magics. All kinds of shit. Fake families, fake identities, fake people. At this point, who knows? This entire fucking shebang could be fake. We are dealing with an enigma, something that even I, as a person who's worked for these fuckers for a long time, don't know about. Keep on your guard. Expect the best, prepare for the worst kind of deal.
If there's any collateral damage to my city, you will have hell to pay.
Good, sir. I've watched Collateral. You're not the only one who's had their... I'm talking to Mayor.
No, I watched what?
Collateral damage.
I've watched a lot of Collateral damage. I know what that looked like. I've paid the price already. You want to talk about hell? You're looking at it. So, we have somebody who's going to go take a look. One of our lighter, fluffy individuals has a slight obsession for cookies and milk kind of deal. Harmless, unless you're undead. Or a fiend. Or basically anything generally considered unholy, which doesn't count you. We know better about tiefling. We're gonna see how.
He just said you're the good kind.
No. He's making a No, he's making the distinction between the people and the monsters.
I know. I just thought it was hilarious.
I'm also pretty sure that changelings and tieflings face the same kind of discrimination, because one's a fae that can never really show their true face, and the other one literally looks like evil.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Understand that I am going to do my best to make sure that your city stays safe. And if worse comes to worse, I'm probably going to be the first one to die. So, I mean, I'm not all that fucking worried about the consequences afterward.
Get out of my office.
I bid you adieu. And, I think, let me just check. Just because I want to keep, like, the mystique going. Where the fuck is it? We're going to go up to Az. And, like, just like as a whisper, that was really fucking good. Wow. I'm impressed. And then Dimension Door, and we're basically like 500 feet away. Just gone.
Sweet. And that's where we'll take our break.
Nice.
He said, you're the good kind.
I'm sorry, man. That's not how he meant it.
I know.
First Percy is a fucking Republican, and now Koresh is turning into a racist. I don't know, man.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
Said all the microaggressions.
Yeah.
So bad.
Ragnar also has a deja vu dice later on, so
He does. It's true. All right, guys. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Thanks for sticking around. Continue to stick around to see how this goes. Yeah. Who knew that I could write a mystery? So here we go.
Alrighty. Hey, listen, it's going well so far. You got me spinning like 3 different options here in terms of a fucking solution. Pressure's like, cover all the bases.
Hi, and welcome back to us telling Ford he has a sexy voice and he needs to be careful, or women will have problems.
I save mine. I use a lot of shithead voices on here, but I have a couple.
Oh man. Okay.
I
started
shall stay
using those
silent on the
voices on
subject and say
stream.
no more.
yeah, I'm staying silent too. Shaq, do your thing.
No, sir. Ford, I'm sorry, it's too late for you. They know.
All of a sudden, Ford starts releasing on like Patreon just like voice clips of him saying things.
No.
Patreon? No, I think there's another site for that one.
Oh.
Shaq, do your thing.
Do my thing. Hi. If you don't already know me, you're gonna get to know me real fucking quick, as I'm about to tell you to go do shit, and you need to go be a good boy, girl, them, it, whatever, not, and do what I say. And what I'm telling you to do is go and don't y'all make those faces at me. Anyway, what I'm telling you to do is go follow our social media if you would like to keep track of all things Twister Procession. You can find all our stuff on the link tree on our profile, and that link tree will take you to our Discord server, where you will land in Player Hater Gaming, which is our company. The Twister Perceptions is brought to you by BHG. You're gonna find our table and be able to talk to us, but you'll be able to meet a bunch of other people. PhD also hosts a bunch of other really awesome tables that stream and do games and campaigns on Twitch. So if you would like to find other people to watch at other times, if perhaps Sunday isn't always the best time for you, go check them out. We've got a bunch of other activities that we do there. It's great space, great time. Hop in. Aside from that, you'll also find our YouTube. So if you would like to watch our past episodes and catch up on the fuck around and find out that we have done so far up to this point at season 2 episode 1, go watch. You're gonna find our previous episodes of Campaign Proper, as well as a bunch of the one-shots that we've done in times between. Those will be a lot of fun. We also have our Patreon for those that like to support us. All the money that we get kind of from this stream, we've got day jobs. This is what we do for a living. It just kind of goes towards better equipment for us to be able to better stream for you guys, because we do this as a kind of a passion project and something for fun.
Need a ring light.
Or needs a ring light, so you stop disappearing into the nothing.
I think I need one too. Ford needs
Riley,
one first,
if you
though.
had a ring light, you would turn into the Michelin Man, glowing.
Okay, I didn't say a ring light at full power. I said a ring light.
Anyways, if you would like to get Ford a ring light so that he stops disappearing into the abyss of his room in the late evening, go support us on Patreon. You'll get access to things like Ford's homebrew stat blocks, and battle maps, and maps of the world, and a bunch of other behind-the-scenes information that you don't normally get. We will very soon be releasing our, me going into just announcements. We will soon, hopefully, be working on releasing that podcast we've been talking about for a while now. Scheduling's a bitch. And towards the end of this month, we will be opening up our West Marches roleplay server. Keep an ear out for that. I will definitely have a special announcement out for you guys next week with that specifically. So,
Oh yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Thanks you guys for showing up. Well, it's always fun to stream to literally thousands of you.
Listen, we love our little community. You guys are the best, and just to help us grow more. We want to be attention whores. Give us all of it.
We want to meet Matt Mercer and Brendan Lee Mulligan.
The rest of them are attention whores. I'm just here for the ride. And the ride is bumpy.
I'm just here for comedic
David,
timing.
David is the attention whore for plants.
For what?
He
sure
timed
draws the
on that perfectly, so I did not hear what the hell he said.
God damn it. Okay, I said you're the attention whore for plants.
Sentient plants.
Sir. sir. Be glad the fact you're a 10-hour drive away.
Alright. Let's get back into the game, people.
Yeah, this is probably something we
As
should
Ramanor leans down to whisper to Connor, "What are tits?"
Connor, what are tits?
We have places to go, people to see, possibly faces to punch in. So let's go.
As the mayor of the town shoos Az and Korish, well, they don't really shoot. They just disappear into a dimension door, and then you guys are headed towards the slums of the town to try and find a little girl.
The woefully ignorant Ramanor and very innocent Ramanor will head towards the slums to try and find this person.
Ramanor, you were not giving much else to go on except that this was a little girl. There are a lot of little girls in the slums. As you start to walk towards.
Well, I mean, if
I
they
think
resemble the tavern keeper and his wife, that might give. Because I did say that.
He gave
Yeah,
the name
yeah,
though,
that's
didn't he?
Tara.
Tara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
he
true.
will just
All
go around and maybe not specifically ask for Tara, but he's going to ask around about Tara's parents and where he may find them.
Okay, give me a persuasion check with.
Because there's nothing
Advantage.
creepier than asking around about a child.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check with advantage. Because I would have made it a normal persuasion check to try and find Tara, but since you're being smart about it and asking about her parents, give me advantage.
Are any of these people dwarves?
No? What?
Oh my god, I got a 19 and an 18.
Oh, look at you.
All right,
Nice.
that's a 27 total.
27 total. Okay. Someone's like, Tara's parents live at the inn, and so does Tara and her brother. But if you're looking for her parents, they should be working at the end. The inn. You should have passed it on your way here. The Rolling Rock.
Okay, so the inn here, in the otherwise referred to as the slums. I don't want to call it the slums because it's not very nice. You all are great people.
You know,
Yes, Shaq.
we've all fallen on hard times. Shaq?
And as see if she recognizes any Borders kids running around.
Are we all together now?
Um,
Yeah? Yeah, I
No.
think.
Oh, I thought we were all together. That was my bad. Ignore me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all just the Rolling Rock. You know, the 2-story tavern with the large circular bar.
Okay. I appreciate your help, and he'll hand over a gold.
Sounds good.
Because a gold is
what do you
still
do from-
quite a bit of money.
Yep. What are you doing from here?
Let me mark that off real quick.
Connor's just gonna follow Big Man.
Yeah, you turn around and you see Az and Koresh finally following up behind you guys. As you look around, you see maybe 2 or 3 kids who like show their emblem to you.
He's just going to pick whatever one is closest. By now, she has taken off the mask. Her hair's still tied back, though, and she's got her gloves back on. She walks over, kneels down, holds up two gold pieces, and just goes, "Now, one of these is yours no matter what. But, second one, if you can tell me where this Tara is."
The little boy looks at you and silently like pushes your hand down like he doesn't want the gold. And he just looks the other direction, looks back at you, and starts to run. Not like he's trying to get away, but he's running.
As just kind of vaguely gestures over her shoulder at Koresh to follow and starts going after. And she's not like running to make it obvious. She's just keeping a long stride pace.
Keeping pace? Okay.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
Koresh, hearing that, is going to try and do his whole eye in the sky thing using the dark, because is it daylight right now, but we just had like the red offer, so I'm guessing it's
time.
okay. So he's gonna follow from above and kind of just like use the darkness above to give him a bit of a for not being
All right, give me stealth at disadvantage.
a disadvantage
You are flying through the air, my friend.
in the dark of night with black wings and semi-dark
It's
skin.
daylight.
It's not daylight. It's like dusk. It's not like completely.
Oh, okay. So still dis.
Yeah.
That's still a 25 at disadvantage.
That's good. All right, cool. You're flying along. As you recognize this little kid as the one who flashed his badge at you as you were walking out of the Rolling Rock. You are following him, and he starts to pick up pace, and you can tell that he knows this town like the back of his hand. He's been here for a while, and you know he's going across tiny bridges, across little creeks here and there, and then he stops and turns to look at you, and then he looks up and he walks off. As you follow his gaze, as you see a piece of paper stuck to a wall.
He's gonna pause just a second to look at it.
You grab that piece of paper off the wall, and it reads, "You've killed one. Do you plan to kill me?"
Oof. Do I recognize the handwriting?
Nope.
Damn.
Is she going to contact and let the Billy in the sky know, or are we just like...
He's just gonna pocket it and put that information away for later, and continue to follow the child.
You see the kid is climbing a ladder to get on top of a building.
He won't keep following.
All right. The kid is now sitting on top of a building looking at you, and he looks up and across the city, and he points at the Rolling Rock Tavern.
Do they
He's
see
in there.
Ramanor in the distance?
Yeah, they can see Ramanor in the distance.
Hold on.
As looks, size.
You know, the
Expected
worst
kid.
part of all is the moment that the kid ran off, as went after, Koresh took to the sky, and Honor would just like kind of like step back a little bit, let Ramanar go in front, turn around, and walk straight to the tavern. Just because, really.
Ramanor's
Because he's
alone
like,
now?
you know what? He would have, yeah. Because like after everything, like all the information that he's had, he's gonna be like, I don't need to worry about anything right now. And
Connor,
if anything,
Roll me a wisdom save, Connor.
God damn it.
Never say you have nothing to worry about. The DM will fuck you. Don't even.
You're just tempting the DM to do something at that point.
What could possibly
No.
go wrong?
That's a nat 20.
For 30.
Oh, okay, you're good.
Oh no, I already know what this was, so I'm not worried about that. But no, so he would end up just walking back very calmly, nonchalant, and he would actually say, I'm gonna head back to the tavern.
Oh, okay. And can I use the wonderfully gifted deja vu dice about this scenario?
Sure,
Specifically,
yeah.
in reference to the people that we're trying to track down. Specifically,
Okay, yeah,
number
give-
what is this, number 1?
Yeah, even or odd.
That would be odd.
I rolled a 4.
Roll it again.
If you roll a nat 20, I roll it again around
Now,
more.
now, quick question to you. I think this might
What's up?
be a thing. Do we keep deja vu if we don't get the right thing?
Nope.
Okay.
No, it was always used in that moment. That's it. You get it or you don't, and you either way, it's expended.
Okay. All right. He's gonna go into the tavern or the. Is it a tavern or inn? It was Rolling Rock Inn,
It's
right?
it's yes, both.
An inn tavern.
Tavern inn. Yeah, an inn tavern inn. A tavern.
Tavern. He's gonna go
All right,
inside.
cool.
He's gonna look
Uh-huh.
for.
So seeing as to how I probably have a couple of minutes before Romander gets there, Connor's going to go
Okay.
up to the bar and see the the actual duo that's there. And
Yep.
it's going to be like, so I must say, I just want to be sure. I did actually hear about the fact that young Tara actually helped make the costumes for the Red Opera.
You've
I
heard
must
about
say
my
she-
daughter.
Yes, I heard in passing that she actually helped create the costumes, that the mask was her idea, and I must say it actually looks amazing.
Well, I think it does take a. Nah, he
Okay.
doesn't take offense to this. He doesn't take offense to this.
I was gonna say, why would he take offense? I'm actually commending her.
Hey man, some random dude he's never met before come up complimenting his daughter. That's some creeper.
No,
that's
I'm
some
complimenting
creeper
her work.
stuff. That's true.
Her work.
He says, well, I thank you. I'm glad she's putting her skills to use.
Yeah, I was seeing a couple of those masks previously in my travels by sheer luck and fallacy. And I must say, it actually does look striking. Where did you get the inspiration for it?
I really don't know, if I'm being honest. I'm assuming she just found it around town and just really fell in love with it.
I must say, just not expecting to see one of those here. Thank you for letting me know about that. But seeing as to how she actually created the costumes and all that, I know that my garb is actually in need of a new tailor. Was there any chance I could possibly ask for her wisdom in actually creating a new set of clothes for myself? Maybe for my friends as well?
Give me a persuasion check.
Now I'm confused
I am not
how
good
Connor
at
got here
those.
sooner.
What'd you say?
I'm confused how Connor got here sooner.
Because he actually let you walk further ahead, and then he turned and went and left immediately.
What do you mean walk further ahead?
Like further deeper into the slums.
Because we would have been following Az and Koresh after they chased after the kid.
No.
Nope, they never. You guys never followed after them.
Well, I'm pretty sure knowing us, we would have followed them.
They
But that
weren't
was
even
a
with us.
16.
Were they?
Oh, they met
16.
us.
They met you for a second, and then Az went to go talk to somebody.
Ramna
It was
wouldn't
literally
have followed.
a second.
Yeah, she
He's
didn't
not
tell you guys
stealthy.
to follow her.
First of all, he's not stealthy. Second of all, big giant man chasing after child, probably not a good idea. He would
Walking
have gone
quiet,
to the tavern.
walking behind friends as they chase child. Different story.
He says, "I'll see what we can do. She's. We still want her to be a child, but if she's interested in helping out, I'll
I
ask
know.
her."
By all means, it's not
Ramen, are you
something that I
walking
would
now?
force. I would never force such a thing upon a child. It's just with the insight that I noticed from the costumes, I just have to say that it kind of just gave me a little bit of an eye for skills. So,
I look at the man that Connor is talking to. Does he seem familiar?
it's the same duo we saw when we came in.
This isn't the tavern we came in first, was it?
Yeah, no, this is
Oh, it
yes.
is? Oh, never mind. He's gonna, now that he knows the tiefling wasn't the one, he's gonna look at the dude talking to Connor, assuming this is the one that we were looking for. He's gonna try and think back to whether that person resembled the person sitting at the table.
No, it does not.
Do I remember what physical gender the person was? Or what kind of they gave
No,
off?
it was shrouded in black, and that number one didn't speak at all. So
Could still be the mother of the child.
still could be the mother. Could
Do I
also
see
be the
her
father.
walking around anywhere?
The mother?
Yeah, serving people. or whatnot.
Yeah, you see the mother walking around serving people.
She seemed kind of familiar.
No, not really.
Not really.
Mm-mm.
That doesn't give me confidence.
I know what he's trying to do.
Trying to determine whether or not they are like the person we saw at the table, but okay, he'll walk up to the woman who probably brought out milk for him, unless that was the man.
No, it was the woman.
You go up to her. Hey,
Hello.
I had to say, the cookies and the milk, perfect. Me and my group came across a bit of information. We went to the Red Opera. We heard that your daughter was actually one who designed clothes, the masks, whatnot. We wanted to know where she kind of got the inspiration for that mask. If you know anything, it's familiar to something we've seen before, and it's definitely something that inspires a bit of fear.
She's got such a active imagination. I don't really know. She should be here soon. You can speak with her if you like.
No, I appreciate it very much. To be honest, we're kind of looking for a person with the same kind of mask.
Oh, really? For what?
Just some business that we're handling with them, and we just wanted to speak with that person if we can find him. We don't really have much other than they wear that kind of mask, with a specific number ingrained on it. So we're at a loss for who it is.
That makes sense. Well, she should be here soon, I'm sure. Now, Az and Koresh walk in, and without even noticing, neither Ash nor Koresh noticed this, but also the little girl and a little boy walk in too. And then she looks behind you too, and she says, "Ah, she's right there. If you'd want to go speak to her, you can."
I appreciate it.
Blink, blink. Looks down.
That same little boy and and a little girl this time.
You cheeky little bugger. But like the
He
look in her eyes is one of like, I get this. I respect
he looks
this.
at you, and he looks at you and just smiles. He says,
I like this kid. Az likes this kid.
Crash is just gonna like. Crash just kind of looks down and like recognizes the face and is just like. Is fighting this urge to like glare murderous daggers at a kid.
Meanwhile, Az just like, yes.
But like, yeah, no, exactly. Like looks at Az is just like, she likes this one. Leave it be.
Romano will walk over. And he'll kneel down, biggest smile as always, to the girl, who was a teenager.
Sunshine, lollipops,
Tasia.
Hmm?
Tasia.
It was
Oh, I thought
Tara.
you said it was Tara.
Tara. Yeah, I'm dumb. Ugh.
She was a teenager, correct?
NPC names are hard to keep track of.
Yes.
Okay.
Teen little girl.
He smiles, kneels down because he's fucking massive. Hey, I heard you made the costumes for the Red Opera.
Being taken off guard just by your size, she like grasps her little brother's shoulders and like pulls him in close. It's like, yes, who are you?
I'm Romanor. Paladin
Hi,
of the Wild
Romanor.
Mother.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Not necessarily.
You want to know about the costumes for the play?
Yeah, not necessarily all the costumes personally. It just kind of... I saw the mask, and I've seen stuff familiar. I was wondering where you got the idea for it.
I don't know.
Maybe you saw it at some point?
No. I've never seen anything. I think I made it. I just remember it being in my things.
Verbal detect magic.
Sure. You're at like just using detect magic?
Yeah. I see and sense anything on her.
Yeah, you sense a spell.
What's class?
I forgot.
Does it affect
What?
memory or...
Yeah. Affects memories.
So would you like
Modify
I
memory.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know the exact spell. It's just
Yeah.
the school of magic.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
probably
Do you mind waiting here while I talk to your parents real quick?
I'd like to go be with my parents if that's okay.
Okay, no problem. I just need to talk to them, so...
You guys, all three of you walk over to her parents, and she goes behind the bar, and the father speaks up. It's like, do you need something from my daughter? Your friend mentioned maybe you guys wanted some handiwork done on your armor.
Romanor gets a little bit serious. Not in the sense that he looks angry or anything, and the smile kind of remains, but there's this, like, a bit of intensity behind his eyes of, like, there's something serious we need to talk about. Mind if we speak in private?
Me and you, your group.
Me and you, our
Ooh.
group. However you want to
All
do
right.
it. I don't want to be threatening to
Um,
you at all. That's not what I'm
He
trying to
takes
put
you
out there.
upstairs. He grabs his kids and takes them into the back, and then him and his wife they call to like the bar back or the junior barkeep and say, watch the bar for a second, and he takes all four of you with him and his wife upstairs.
So
Korish is going to stop for a second. Do we, and just like as a mental thing, we want to leave? Do we want to leave the kids alone? I don't know. Just
But the kid's
Mask
coming with
holder.
they're kids.
yeah, but
I don't get any sort of sense
somehow
that they
kid
are
gets a hold
malicious.
of a mask that disappears all the time, and
All right,
I'm not talking about them being malicious. I'm talking
You
about
stay
somebody
with
else
the
being
kids,
malicious
go
towards
do
them.
the talking. I've never been good at it in the first place. Sound good?
sounds great.
Great.
I am going to make myself look like Romanor.
Can you
All
grow
right,
to
so
be
The
that
moment
tall?
that
You got
Connor
two ramen
sees
Why are
that,
there 2 Ramenors now?
Listen, if I'm gonna be good with the kids, I guess I kind of have to look
I'm staying with the kids. What are you doing?
I thought we were both okay. Fuck. Actually, you know what? That's a better idea. The boy trusts you. I don't know about the girl. I'm just gonna.
Did I get any sort of the magic on the boy?
No.
Anything else in the room?
Okay.
Any people in the room? Anything?
Typical protection magic for an inn, you know.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Go-
Koresh
Connor's
will
definitely gonna
follow
go with
behind.
Romanor.
Koresh will go with Ramanar as well, seeing as
Okay,
has
cool.
the kids taken care of.
So
No more retconning the Ramanor. Retconning
Gotcha.
the
Upstairs.
two
But the two Romanors would be great.
Upstairs, you guys go and you see a sign that says VIP. You walk into this section of the bar, and it's completely empty. No reason, you don't know why, but it's empty. But this is where they decide to have the conversation with you.
So
what is it you want?
I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of serious.
Okay.
We're after some people that may be harmful. Specifically, that wear the kind of mask that your daughter supposedly made. But when I asked her about it, she wasn't sure. She thought she made it, she had it with her, but she wasn't 100% certain. I used my capabilities as a paladin to kind of scan her over, make sure nothing was wrong. There is something wrong. There was memory magic used on her. She's not remembering things because someone removed them or changed them. And
So
I
you
wasn't
think
going to try and
someone-
remove it in case it was something you two had put in place. And I wanted to talk to you about it. But someone
You
has
think
cast magic on your daughter.
Neither one of us use magic. Well, at least not that kind of magic. So, we don't know who it would have been.
Well, that's what we're trying to find.
That's the reason we wanted to talk to her. Because that mask, I don't think it's a replica. I think whoever gave it to her,
Fortunately,
not a good person.
given the nature of
lagging.
circumstances, we talked. What? Me
You're lagging.
again?
There you are.
No, you're good. You're back. You're back.
Okay. Just screaming real loud apparently does the trick.
Hold on, Ramanor was saying something though.
Yeah.
Was I?
No, he's done.
I don't know. Listen, we had a conversation with the man who told us about the mask and told us that it always goes missing when he hangs it up after a performance. That's not normal. If it's part of an ensemble, which kind of like shoulders up the loot, I kind of know a thing or two about. You always keep the costumes where they are easily accessible to the people who need them. That's what the dressing rooms are for. Whoever is taking this has a reason to take it. We're friends with a few of these people, but there's a couple of them that are a little on the wayside. We came here because we heard about the Red Opera, and to be honest, it seems a lot more malicious than people would think. Is it a dramatized investigation? Yes. That shouldn't be dramatized. That is being done for a reason. That is somebody displaying their work. There is a reason why that mask is there. If your daughter doesn't remember making it, or has gaps in her memory of making it, that means that there's a threat. Or even just somebody who's trying to broadcast themselves. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be very honest. We can't give you all the information. That is for your safety. For your own safety. Because these people are dangerous, they are powerful, and they run a lot of shit. Nobody knows about this. That's a problem. What we're trying to do is figure out how we can unlock something or find something that might be able to help us. I may have something that can get rid of the memory. If you are willing to let me try it. I am a believer in parental consent and consent of all parties involved. but this is going to help not just us, but your daughter and this town.
We'd like to talk with our daughter first, if that's okay. We won't run. We've got nowhere to go.
We're not worried about you
Would
running.
you allow us to be? Would you allow us to be there with you? Not because we think you would run, but because I am actually very worried for the safety of your family. And there's a tone in there. There's that little bit of like, I've seen this. I've seen this. I don't want it. I want to make sure that there is nothing going on. There's a very much a everything is on lockdown, not because I want to hurt you, but because somebody else might want to.
Sure. He looks at you and he says, "Okay." They lead you
Remember-
back downstairs.
The
were you
memory
saying?
stuff, as far as I can tell, has to do with the mask. Ask her about it, where she got it, and you'll see that she's not really gonna know. I don't know what else they may have changed or removed, but that specifically she doesn't remember.
Okay. And they go downstairs. What's up?
I do a scene with the kids before you come back down.
Yep, that's what I was gonna ask.
Cool.
As the unwitting mother type.
So they all go upstairs. Az is now here with these two kids. How old do they look?
You got like a 14-year-old and like an 8-year-old.
Great.
The boy is
She's-
8.
Yeah. So she looks at the kids and she kind of smiles and she grabs one of the chairs and like flips it around and sits like dude style, you know, like arms atop thing. And she just, you want to see a trick?
The boy like perks up and says, and he doesn't say anything. He just like smiles, and then the girl's like, he's unable to speak. That's a yes.
Well, sometimes people who have less to say have far more value than they know. And she's going to try and do like just a basic, like a very basic sleight of hand, like, oh look, the coin has disappeared kind of thing. So I'm gonna roll sleight of hand real quick.
Sure. This is not the as we get to see, but it's the as we love.
That happens to be a nat 1.
Oh, all right. So you
she's-
pick. So you pick up a
here,
coin
and
and
she-
you just drop it.
She just drops it. And and she kind of chuckles and plays it off like, and that was an example of what we don't want to do. It's what you do want to do. And she's gonna try again. Much better. That's a 29.
Okay, cool. What do you do?
So she like fumbles the first one. She doesn't even bother to pick it up, and she picks out another coin, and she's like, "Got it between two fingers, right?" And she's like, "Keep a close eye on this one, right?" And she's gonna like twist her fingers like this, and suddenly the coin's not there. Like it didn't get thrown. It didn't anything. Like as far as they know, that thing just disappeared midair out of her hands, and she just shows them off with a wink.
Okay.
Like,
Well, okay, cool. And the
can't
boy
look
like
right
he chuckles, and the little girl, she like laughs too. She's like, that was cool. And then you hear a knocking on the door, and once the first knock happens, as you see this little boy take out the number 1 mask and put it on his face, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh, my favorite kind of save. Is it against a charm?
Kind of. Yes, it is.
Have advantage.
Is modify memory a charm?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like in kind of.
15.
You fail. So in your mind, you remember the little girl. You remember the little boy never walking into the place with you, and what else was I going to say? Okay, yeah. So you remember him never walking in there with you. You remember just the little girl sending him off to bed, and right before the door opens, he dimension doors out.
This little shit.
And the boys and the boys and the girls' parents walk in with the rest of your team, and that's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh,
I'm upset.
Oh, fuck.
How dare. Next level up that we get.
I knew I didn't
ASI.
like that fucking kid.
So this child is
I know
number
there's a
one as
reason.
far as we know.
Children suck. I told you. There is a reason why I chose this voice.
God
Next time we get an
damn.
ASI, Az is going to take resilient wisdom.
Yes. Yes. Just start taking resilience in all of the mental stats, so that way you could just like, I'm proficient in all of these. Please, for the love of fuck.
Yep.
Oh, look. Az gets mind fucked again.
Ah. It's okay. It won't last for long.
That'll be
I
great
gotta-
when Party comes down. There's like, where's the boy? And she's like, what boy? You can come in here. What are you talking about?
Fuck. Greater restoration on the fucking team. Just fucking. Let the veil be lifted!
You know what? Not gonna lie. I want him to do that.
For
When
the
he actually.
truth shall set you free!
Hopefully that was a good little twist.
Oh,
The child. No.
son of a.
Did anybody here like expected to be the little boy?
I had suspicions, like legitimately when he was behind in the fucking auditorium thing,
Like, that originally, Chorus was just like, it's a kid, probably works for the motherfucker, I'm just getting the fuck out of here. And then the kid keeps popping up. And the kid keeps popping up. He just keeps popping up. He's everywhere. All over the place. I don't trust children. Tiny children are creepy. They always will be.
Yeah.
This is coming from a guy who wants to be a dad. I fucking hate children in fantasy because 90% of the time they're either demons or dumb.
Wow.
Damn.
All right.
That's how you really feel.
Right.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for showing up. Today's episode was brought to you by Koresh's disdain for fantasy children.
Fucking
and-
children.
Yeah. We will see you guys next week.
Well then.
Bye.
Bye,
I have
guys.
nightmares of children now. It's terrible. Everything's awful.
Hey, at least that was a good episode ending for once.
It was a very good episode ending. Very good episode ending.
Well, good
I
for
will-
everyone